Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of JP Living a Dream. Well, I'm back guys from the honeymoon and raring to go again. I've still got quite a few jobs to finish before we actually break up for Christmas. I'm working right up till Christmas Eve actually this time, which is something I don't normally do, but because of the wedding and honeymoon and the time I've had to have off, I've got a few jobs to do that are going to take us to that period. I can't actually see, sorry, if this, is that light affecting the... You see, no, I don't think it is too much, is it? I can leave that on. So, a little video today, guys. I've got quite a bit of footage to edit for other videos. One is a job I've done. One is remember the mystery tool I brought from my local store, which I said I was going to do a video on and show you that. That will get shown to you as part of a job I've done recently. So. You will see that in due course. However, in the meantime, I have upgraded some of my PPE, personal protective equipment. Yeah, so, right, PPE. So, ear defenders, guys. Now, depending on what type of garden work you do, you might do a multitude of tasks. Hedge cutting, lawn mowing, trimming, brush cutting, you're using drills, you might do, I don't know what type of work you do, but I do. So I'm always very aware of using PPE. It's something that's just been ingrained into us over the years. A lot of people think health and safety's gone mad, but I don't. I think anything that can protect you and keep you in one piece, for you to go home to your families and stuff at the end of every day, is surely got to be worth spending a few quid on. So, ear protection. So, usually guys, you will have seen me in my other videos. I will, especially when I'm brush cutting and stuff, I will have my Stihl hard hat on with the visor, which has also got the built-in Stihl ear defenders as well. So they're pretty good. For the lawn mowing and stuff, I've always used these pelter ear defenders, and I think they're rated to about 25 decibels, which means they reduce the sound that would normally come into the ear by 25 decibels, which is ample for a lawnmower and stuff like that. However, you guys will all know the same as I do. When you're a gardener, you're normally on your own. I mean, I do have help on some of the bigger jobs with a couple of guys who work for me, but it's a long day on your own, and you get lost in your thoughts, and it could be quite a lonely place being a gardener. So I've always liked to have a bit of music on. Now, what I've normally done with these is, so I've got some iPods as well, some ear pods I should say, and I normally put them inside my ear first and then put these over the top. And to be quite honest with you, it's an absolute nightmare. My ears don't hold the bud type, the plug type too well, and you're twisting and turning and stuff, and sometimes they come out on the one side and you've got to readjust, and it can be a bit of a pain, but it does work. So I know what you're thinking now. You're going to know pretty much what I've upgraded to, and I'm going to show you that now. And just like that, guys, as you can see, I am now the proud owner of a set of Stihl dynamic sound Bluetooth ear defenders. Now, these, I don't like doing straight out the box reviews, because I need to show you when I'm using these full time, and the performance of them. I have cheated here because I have already been using these for a couple of weeks, and I can tell you that they're very good. They fit comfortable. You can have, so I have my music, my iTunes on, and podcasts as well that I listen to whilst I'm doing whatever task I'm doing that requires ear defenders. And up to now they seem to be really good, but I just thought I wanted to show you these. So we'll do a bit of an unboxing, although they have been out the box already. So inside the box you get the unit. Now, they do look similar to my pelters, which are there, and they're very similar to the ones that are attached to, albeit the different colour that are still orange, attached to the helmet. But these little babies, I can tell you, you can even use them to connect. When you connect it to your phone via Bluetooth, you can take calls and listen to your call through there as well, which is quite a handy little feature. The only thing that they don't have is a digital radio element to them, which I did have a cheap set of these off Amazon a few years back now, 4 or 5 years ago, and I did quite like listening to the digital radio. But digital radio these days, all radio stations really, it's just advert after advert, and it's for me, when I have my iTunes on, I've just got my chosen playlists, and I listen to them all day, and then the odd podcast that I like to listen to as well. So yeah, when you look at them straight at the box, they're a tidy unit, they fit well. It's like one thing I always say though, with any PPE, any personal protective equipment, you need to make sure it's right for the task that you're doing. Now, if you're using, the tools that I've discussed before, your lawnmowers, your hedge cutters and stuff, these will be absolutely fine. But what you always must do is make sure that any PPE that you're using is relevant to the task in hand. So these may be okay, I don't know, I haven't checked the regs, but say for argument's sake, if I was a clay pigeon shooter and I was using these while I'm firing a gun, I'm not sure whether these would be adequate for that. I will read up on that. Not that I am a clay pigeon shooter, but what I'm trying to say is they have to be relevant to the task that you're doing. These are absolutely fine for the garden work that I do, and I'm going to enjoy not having to fiddle about with my earbuds underneath my pelters going forward. It's going to add a little bit more comfort. Yeah, and I suppose really it is about creature comforts when you're out there working on your own in all conditions. If the day can go a little bit quicker by listening to your favourite tunes while you're working, then all well and good. So that is one of the purchases I've made, guys. So this is the Stihl Dynamic Sound ear defenders, which you can link to your phone, take calls and listen to your music on, which I thought I just wanted to show you today. And obviously I will tell you about another couple of jobs. I have got a really, really, really out of this world, shall I say, wisteria on a back of a beautiful house to do, a massive wisteria that hasn't had any pruning at any time for probably 7 years, I want to say, because the house has been lived in by tenants who weren't very garden aware, and now the owner of the house is moving back in, and she's contacted me and said, look, come and have a look. Now I looked at the house, stunning property, amazing views across my hometown of Shrewsbury, but the wisteria needs some urgent attention. I'm going to be trimming it right back. Now I know it is early December, but I've had to do this before at customer's request. It's got to have a trim. It's all fallen away from the house. In fact, it's blocking the rear door of their property. So I've got to do something about it, which will involve some cutting back. But I know what I'm doing with wisteria. I've been doing them for years, and I'm going to be installing some vine eyes and wire, which I'll show you the process of that as well. And we're going to give that back some support, take a lot of the weight off it, and we will hopefully next year it'll be able to grow perfect around this picturesque building and around the rear door, and the customer's going to be happy. Yeah, so that's it, guys. Just wanted a very quick one today, just to touch base with you all, tell you that I've landed back home safely, and tell you about this new little purchase that I've done. Now, I might be able to get the next video out middle of next week of the other tool that I bought. Like I said at the start of the video, we'll see how I get on with the editing. It does all take time, this YouTubing, but I love it. Yeah, so aside from that, I will love you and leave you guys. Thank you for the new subscribers again. I did have a little bit of a push while I was away to see if I can hit that 1,000 mark by Christmas. We're going well. We're on 925 as it stands. So obviously I'm over the moon by that. If I don't quite make the 1,000, guys, I'm not going to be too disappointed, because I've got 925 of you lovely, lovely people who seem to be enjoying what JP is putting out for you. Most of you do. So thank you once again, guys. So there we have it. Little review on the Stihl Dynamic ear defenders. Now, I've got no affiliation to Stihl. I do use a hell of a lot of their tools. I should have an affiliation with them, actually, or a partnership with them. The amount of thousands of pounds I've spent over the years with them. So Stihl, if you're watching, come to JP. But no, on a serious note, I always tend to go to Stihl, as I've said in the last videos. I don't get nothing from them for anything. I buy every tool that you've seen me use and you see me review. So I just wanted to make that clear, guys. I will put a link to this in my description to where I got these from. So if you want to buy them, make your own minds up, guys. But, I would recommend them. And on that note, guys, that brings us to the very end now, I promise. and I will see you all very soon on the next episode of JP Living the Dream. Ta-da!